Hi everyone. I'm continuing my book promotions for my recently published books, Things I Would Have Told My Children If I Had Them, An Adult's Guide to Living in Connection, and Yeshua, 2000 Years Have Passed, The Poems of Becoming Again. Thank you so much if you listened to or watched my last video where I did a chapter reading from Things I Would Have Told My Children If I Had Them. I note there that I have given introductions to the books on my website, and you can see the address at the bottom of this video at www.cheriseadjodha.life. And today I want to do a reading from Yeshua. I tend to read from both books in sequence, so I would be reading the first poem from Yeshua. But I also thought that in this case, it would be useful to read for you my note to the reader to give you some context for what happened with me, my process of this book. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll read you my first poem, and I invite you to leave comments and to subscribe to my channel because I only have a couple of videos now, but I'm going to be continuously adding content. Dear reader, welcome to my second book, Yeshua, and thank you so much for being here. This book was born out of what felt like a memory or perhaps a waking dream, inspired by the story of Jesus, also known as Yeshua in his native Aramaic language. These writings are not meant to carry any political or ideological message, and I hope that you read them in a way that permits your heart to interpret as best fits your own understandings, your own needs, and your own imaginations. If anything upsets you, I'm sorry for that. Perhaps you will sit in reflection or move on. Some of what emerged from me was a surprise for me also. I was hesitant about sharing it, but if you are reading it, then I did share with you if no one else. You should know that these words are crafted from a free flowing, sitting down, and not planning. They are not edited by anyone. My own review process was motivated only by a sense of completeness. I looked to be as precise as possible, not about meanings of words conveyed, but the resonance I felt as I read them over. Punctuation was added after each had been written as I read them over and felt their ebb and flow within. Sometimes there is no punctuation and your rhythm will be interrupted, as mine was. In those moments, I just let myself experience the words as a wide open space without resolution. For the most part, I went to my computer when I felt called and I simply wrote head down, sometimes with my eyes closed. I just let the words come through me. My fingers typed. Sometimes one poem came, sometimes two at a time at first. Then they started coming in larger batches. When they were done for the moment, I would get up and continue with other parts of my day. I had begun writing on the 12th of January, 2024, and felt the last poem come on the 14th of February, 2024. That morning, at that time, I had intended to do other things, and well, my feet marched me over to my computer, and then it was complete. I had wondered how many poems would come, thinking the process might last forever. It had occurred to me that perhaps 33 would be the number, as this was around the age Yeshua was said to have died. So you will see that it turned out to be 33, and on the 14th of February, in the wee hours of the morning, I had completed the last few poems. When the last came, I did feel that it was the last, with grounded last words. Who knows of any significance? Of course, the mind works in mysterious and predictable ways, but I am noting some sense of connection and completion to a process, a life, a cycle, as yet born and born out again. I invite you now to come, take my hand, let us walk together, here and now. Perhaps your own writings will be so inspired after reading and will bring forth renewed light in you, with eternal love for this our sacred path together. The first poem, The Stinging Winds. After they broke my knees, they tied me, they nailed me. I felt the word of the cross that I was our salvation. So as it condemned our bones, so did it provide rest. but for a moment, until we were suspended and our limbs falling to the earth, but unable to feel the earth catch us. We were trapped in the howling winds, the sand burning our wounds. I saw your blurred faces looking up at me, some with contempt still in your eyes, unmoved by the sight of your own suffering, for we are one. Those of you who remained contemptuous, you gave the ingredients for what is now an irreverent life. Those who felt pity for me, those who wept, you have given us the ingredients for a helpless life. Those who saw me with light in their hearts, there was but one. Father, why have you forsaken me? Mother, why have you forsaken me? Why has my sacrifice not cured this humanity of its darkness? What is left now but for me to die here, to return to the sands? I saw the sun not in the sky, but in my chest, a burning light exploding outwards to the heavens, heaven surrounding, not above. I saw the birds waiting to carry my spirit on the winds. Thank you so much for being here and spending this time with me. Again, feel free to leave a comment, send me an email. My information is on my wishing you a beautiful rest of your day.